Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's me, your favorite uncle, Uncle Kev. Welcome to episode, what's this, 6? Get it 6. Yo, this is 6. Welcome to episode 6 of B, because the soul needs a soundtrack. Yo, 6, the fact that I didn't know that is crazy. But the fact that I know that is crazy, 6. Yo, I got 2 more left. I'm a little emotional, but I'm going to make it out all right. Today is very special to me, y'all. I get to share the platform with some of the most instrumental folk in my life. And I'm extremely excited about today's episode, right? But before I get into what it's going to be about, what it's called and all that, I'm going to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. I got my sons with me today, bro. Like, yeah. So, yes. You want to go? You want to go second? All right, so we're going to start right here to my left. And I got my young boy. Introduce yourself to him, son. Say what you want to say. Who you want to be called, please?
All right, hello. My name's Raymond. I was born...
Yo, he been waiting for that moment all his life, yo.
He couldn't wait to get that out.
Yo, gang.
He couldn't wait to get that out. Now
My name's Raymond. You can call me Ray.
You gonna tell him to follow you on Instagram and stuff?
Yeah, man. I'm glad you just said that. Follow me on Instagram, TheRoad.Ray. Not the D-A. You mean? You spelled all together.
He said, not the. D-A. After trying to be British. All right, go ahead. That's my boy, Ray. Go, son.
All right, man. You know me, I'll be trying to be cool. I'll be trying to be cool.
What's your little Barry White? Your shoulders too strong to be cool. Just go ahead and be you.
My name Tabir. I go by Mir. At work, they call me Ty.
You gonna say at work they call me Ty?
Ty is easier for them to say Mir.
You work with white people? That's why.
He said it, not me. He said it, not me.
Hey, I can't get you fired. You be all right. We waiting on my late son, and when he come in, yo, we gonna go crazy. We gonna draw on him because he shouldn't have been late. But yo, I can't. So I'm looking down because I'm on Instagram Live too, and I'm having people chime in and give me questions to ask my boys. Once I express what today's conversation is going to be about, y'all can ask me questions, and I'll answer them out loud, or y'all can give me suggestions of what to ask, and I'll ask them out loud, right? But I got my boys with me today, bro, and today, we get to talk about all things real, honest, as it comes to relationship amongst men, right? How easy or difficult was it for you, right, to receive the support, the love, the care, all of that what comes in being mentored by somebody as crazy as me, right? And we just gonna talk candidly, right? We just gonna have a conversation, and I just want to hear what's on your mind, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna ask y'all some questions, and then we're gonna dive into here. Everybody gonna pick from this joint and ask. I'm gonna answer or do whatever the card tells you to do, right? Hopefully by then Rock here. His name Rock. My late son name is Rock. He's the tallest one, and he gonna be the one that come in and be clueless, so I'm gonna have to explain again what it is that we doing like we in a classroom. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself to y'all. Love told me to take. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm gonna call you after this because I want to ask you something. But somebody said you can't ever be serious. I'm trying to. I can't help it. It's these dudes. He gonna talk like he British, and then this dude gonna come and talk about. Yo, my name is Mir. But you gonna say Barry White voice, right?
Drop a R&B
Right. With your Barry White voice, with your shoulders look like you just beat somebody up. And
Those,
then
those was the good songs though. When somebody come on
it
with the deep
definitely
voice,
was.
Exactly.
But
or
then-
they be in the background.
But you can't go from saying all that with your cool voice to saying at work they call me Ty.
They do.
All right, let's get to it, yo.
Yeah, just switch it up.
Let's get to it. Dang, I meant to buy waters. So Pete,
Let's chalk it up.
I got a question. First question, right?
What's going on?
Walk. So tell me about. No.
I'm sorry.
I want to save that.
Before you answer that question, are we branching off like relations? Like you know how
We
you
gonna
said
ta-
relationships with you?
That
Are we
with
branching
each other
off of it?
in
Alright.
general?
All right,
Yeah.
better. All right,
So
cool,
so
cool,
a
cool.
lot of what's here is gonna. So he asked questions about like he said. So before we do, because he's always been the inquisitive one. Like what you tell him go stand in, but why I gotta stand in the hole? Tamir, come here real quick. Well, wait, what we about to do? Just come, bro. I'll tell you when you get here.
Just like being aware of
always.
what's going on.
So some things never change, right?
Yeah, like me, I'm just the
You just do
go
what?
with the flow.
Go. You sure about that?
Yeah, they don't. What type of question is that?
Yeah.
Yo, I can't with you. All right, so look. If you can answer this for me, right? First thing come to your mind when you think of mentorship. What's the first thing you think of when you think of what you say? Eat?
No beat.
I raised
beat
my
like
hand.
we on
Pressing
a
a
game
button
show.
because I'm going first.
Y'all see my shirt? All right, go ahead. Yo, what's up? Go ahead.
Yeah, hand raised. It's more than a beeper.
He's a
But no, when I think of a mentor, I just think of like someone who like guides you and someone who just makes sure you like never miss a beat, or if you do, like they're there to make sure like, all right, yeah, it's okay. Just make sure like you don't just stay on that consistent track or just like falling off.
Okay. What about you, son?
Before my first place was taken from me, what I was going to say was, I feel like mentorship is a big symbol for what Raymond said, guidance. Dang, oh, did you say your nigga Raymond?
He said Ray. But Raymond, if that's what he said,
My
whatever.
fault, bro.
It's
My fault,
okay.
bro.
Sorry.
I'm gonna put your joint
They ain't
on
gonna
there.
take me serious. I talked to the British accent.
But no. But yeah, to branch off what Ray said, I think guidance is like probably like the first word that popped in my head when I hear mentor or mentorship, you know, whatever, same
Okay.
difference. Guidance. I feel like mentorship is like that external, like that support that you would give yourself, like that self motivation. The mentorship, I feel like that's external, and that kind of like amplifies your self motivation, whether it's high, low, or ready. I feel like it's definitely a good factor
Okay.
into someone's like character or mindset, the way they carry themselves. So,
Okay.
but to wrap all of that up, when I hear the word mentor,
Like you were saying.
I just think of a path, like somebody
Okay.
walking along with you on that path to
All right.
to
Bet.
success, basically.
Dope. I like to hear real answers, and sometimes it's okay if it takes us a while to get to it.
I gotta take my time. I can rush it if you want me to. It ain't gonna be the same.
Always
though.
take your time. So I want to explain to y'all why I decided to. So if I could have had all of my boys here at one time, I would have. And eventually, if God sees fit, maybe one day we can do a part 2, and I have everybody here, right?
For sure.
But I thought about. I always knew that I wanted to. Well, when I thought about this concept of a show, me with a show, like I thought about all the things that I wanted to kind of tackle and what was important to me, and I knew that I needed to have a space where I sat with my boys and we kind of had these conversations, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know where to put that in the lineup, right? I was gonna have y'all be the last show, but I didn't want that to be the wrap up, right? So I'm thinking like, where can I place these dudes? Yeah, but they'd be perfect for maybe second to last, 2 before the last, whatever. And then that's when I hit y'all up and was like, yo, y'all can y'all save this date or whatever. But I thought it would be extremely important for me to have this conversation or to sit down with y'all because I don't know if I say often to y'all, and these are two, and the third one will be here shortly. Like 2 and 3 of over 100 and something guys that I mentor, but this is my foundational base as a mentor are the guys that I invited to be here today. Aside from my first one, Joseph. Shout outs to him because he taught me a lot about myself. But it was Tamir, Rock, Damon, Ray, Kev, Daquan. I know I'm missing some. Zayd, Moo. It was that foundational piece that kind of gave me the layout of who everybody now knows as Uncle Kev. So Uncle Kev, the name Uncle Kev came from me working at the school that they attended, right? And the after school program, we developed this sense of family. So every staff member was called aunt or uncle, right? And so naturally, they called me Uncle Kev, and they left the program, and the name still stuck. Everybody keeps calling. You know how you see somebody, you missed this, you missed. I'm 35 years old, educated, and I still see my teachers and call them Miss and Mister. I can't call them by their first name. It's just to me, it's a respect piece. So like that name came from that, and it kind of stuck from there. But this space today feels sacred for me because a lot of what I felt I needed in life, I didn't have in terms of, that male presence, the idea of a positive male role model. My father wasn't around. I didn't have any uncles around me. I have uncles, but none kind of like filled that space. I didn't have the male guidance, so I built myself a platform so that I can show other young boys that who may have had the same experiences as me, that they didn't have to also be, left out. That they didn't have to feel like they couldn't lean or depend on somebody. And that's important for young men, right?
It is.
But you guys in particular, like, kept me going. Like, there were moments where I literally mentally crashed and burned, right? And there was never a time that I was going through, like, whatever it was I was feeling at the time, back in those days, and I come around y'all, and y'all didn't change that for me. And y'all, I don't think y'all ever knew that. Like, there were tons of times where I was in front of y'all, and I was in my mind and in my feeling at, like, a 2. And y'all easily took me before that program day ended. Like, I had to be at 100. Like, but it allowed me the opportunity to kind of see myself in a different light. I never saw myself being somebody's influential person or somebody people wanted to look up to or something. But I lie to you not. There were moments where I was going to move back home. And the first time I decided to move back home, you and Kev came to play ball in the yard that day at Lee. And we was outside, and I remember talking junk to y'all. I didn't even know y'all. Like, and Rock was like, these my cousins or whatever like that. And y'all kind of just clinged. Like, it from that day, that initial
that was
interact.
I
Right.
think I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah, so we outside, and I'm like, yo, I think I was trying to bust on y'all, and I didn't know y'all, whatever. And Rock introduced y'all to me, and from that day, it was just like, all right, these my guys. And then Tamir, I can't even recall, like, even with Rock, I can't even tell you how that relationship happened, but it just happened. And fast forwarding, like, there's never a moment that I do the work that I do, and I don't consider you guys. So I had to share a space with y'all, right? So I don't think I've ever said in detail or in full, like, the magnitude of the love and care that I have for you guys, right? And it, like, I always challenge myself, even when I'm introduced to new guys and I'm in a position to be a mentor to a new set of guys, I always utilize the things that I learned from you guys to make me better mentors for them. Right? So I have to say that out loud on a platform. It ain't like I don't have like 10 million followers and nobody really bang with me like that. But for people to hear legitimately like where that love and stuff comes, there's not a soul who knows me that doesn't know at least the fact that I have sons. Like Kev don't play about his boys. Like Kev real serious about his boys. Like at the drop of a dime, I leave everything to come
No, yeah,
make sure my guy's cool, right?
Mhm.
So I had to share this space with y'all. I couldn't let this first season go and not give y'all a space to kind of like come and talk about, those connections. You feel what I'm saying? So
Oh, that.
yeah, so like, all right, share. What's one of your most memorable moments, like with me? What's something you can be like, yeah, I'll never forget that time, or yeah, I remember that. Like, what's one of your most memorable?
I'm let him go first since I.
Since you ain't get to go.
Well, right off the top of my
You a
head.
jerk.
Oh, now he won't let me go first. You peeped it? Yo,
Oh my gosh, Lord Bridgerton. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
off the top of my head, the first thing I can think of is probably the car rides home. And all we did was go from Lee to my crib. My crib was
Yeah.
like, what, 3 minutes in the car? If that, 2?
From where you were on Pine Street?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
2 or 3
Yeah.
minutes. And that was still like
Mm.
a bunch of laughs and jokes and in 2 or 3 minutes in the
Mhm.
car. Like we literally drove like 2, 3, maybe
About
5
5
blocks.
blocks. Yep.
Like even that's just off the top of my head,
Mm-hmm.
just not even like putting too much thought into it. So go ahead. Rick.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
tread the water
I-
real quick.
I gotta say the car rides, cause like, I needed extra attention and stuff, like those late night pull-ups or whatever. Just, but no, like
I ain't gonna tell all your business. Go ahead.
they was really like needed. They was real helpful and stuff because like I don't think like not having somebody to talk to or just having somebody that understood or like just listen, because that's what Kev did. Like he ain't just give you advice, like he listened. He made sure that you knew that you was like that he was listening to you or whatever. Like, and that's what I needed like growing up, because like I ain't really had it. So like getting it from him, that was like everything to me.
Bad. Like my car was never my car, y'all. So like I was never allowed to leave work and just go home because I always had to take at least 5 or 6 niggas home. It was okay though. And at the time my car was little, so I don't know how we did it. But God was like, yo, you take them home. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
we
yo, tell me a
definitely was
while,
in
I'll
there,
take you.
yo.
You live down the street, bro. Just get in the car in there. Get in the car, right?
I'll be like, come on, Kev.
Just get in the car. But like, no, seriously, like I remember those moments like to the T too. Like those moments had some definitely were some of the most memorable because that's when we didn't have to be around other people and we could authentically like just be in our relationship. We didn't have to
right.
like share those moments with other people. Like,
Like-
and I was strategically like sometimes I intentionally took the person who lived the closest home last. So I could, like at the time, Tamir lived closer to me. And if I had to take everybody else home, it just made sense to take them home first.
Right.
Because I can come back around and then go home from his house. So I did, but I was intentional and I never expressed that. Like I was intentional about like, say if you needed something from me and I felt like your vibe was off or whatever, I wouldn't say it to you or anybody else.
Right.
I will make sure you was the last person in the car with me. So you can feel safe to say what you didn't want to say around your brothers, right?
Yeah.
And the same for you. Like, I remember having to pull your leg to get you to talk to me. Like, yo, bro, I'm here for you. Like, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here. And then the one day you finally stop trying to be LL Cool Mir, or they call me Ty at work.
He called me tired.
As soon as you stop trying to be that guy, like barriers started to break. I remember taking you and Rock to school every morning. How after the first few times I was like, yo, this is becoming a lot. But I cherished every single moment that I got to spend with y'all in those moments. Like I started listening to who the dude?
Lil Uzi.
All these little rappers that mumble and rap at
Talking
the
about
same
these little
like,
rappers.
but they would play one song and I'd be like, "Yo, Ray, what's that song y'all was listening to this morning?" Oh, yo, and they will always say, "Yo," they will always be like, "Yo, Kev, you don't listen to rap, but you gonna like this song. But watch this, you gonna like it." And they never lie. Like I downloaded albums, and I don't listen to rap like that. But I downloaded albums because I'm like, yo, this beat sick. Yo, Ray
But
won't lying.
You put me on the what's her name? India Irie.
Choo! I'm telling you, bro,
Like,
you need to zest out with
I
some.
ain't never even like songs like that, but yo, she
Aunt
really,
said Kev has some of the best Harambe cheers and chins. Always had it live. That's my squeeze, bro. Everybody say chins and chins. No, but yo,
I used to when I was working for the summer program and I had to go, I used to be like,
Yeah, y'all used to be boring. I used to be
Yo,
like, y'all not
cuz
gonna
I
be
couldn't
hype
handle
around
that
me.
spotlight. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
loved it.
I couldn't
though.
handle that
lived in
spotlight.
it.
You know, I stay in the shadows.
Your brother
I don't-
just joined. Yo, Kev, what's up? You should have been here. I love you though, son. But so I used to I recant the same moments. But I would say one of my most memorable experiences was being able to share your accomplishments. So like when you were the top of your class and sitting in your graduation, and I
Yeah.
saw you be emotional around that.
Yeah.
But I remembered every conversation we had throughout the school year when you would get frustrated about papers, or you'd be frustrated about, I want to make sure I get this assignment right, or do this or do that. And I'm like, yo, I just want, like, you used to doubt yourself a lot, and I used to tell you, you're like, Ray, I'm here to help you through it. Like, stop tripping. Like, we going together. We always going. I always wanted to make y'all feel like I ain't got to go through this by myself. Like, at most, Kev is gonna be like, yo, we stay up to midnight to finish this paper. We gonna have to do it, right? I'm
Yes.
tired, but I'm gonna make sure you. But being able to sit at your graduation, right, and see that sense of pride and how much props not only your teachers but your classmates kind of saw you there. And I was like, yo, that made me feel good.
Yo, I'm
Rock.
not gonna lie.
Mhm.
I forget what it was, but I was procrastinating about something that had to do with school. But I text you. I forgot what it was, but I text you about it, and you kind of like aired me out. But you was like, "We about to get it done." But you let me know, like,
Yeah, because you was a
you let me know, like,
procrastinator. You always
you
waited
drawing,
last.
but
I was like, Tamia, how long have you had this assignment? She gave it to me on this. Yo, bro, that was 2 weeks ago. Why you just in this due tomorrow? And it's 11:50 at night. Like, Tamia, just send it to me.
hey, Sue, when you
Dang.
watch this, Sue, my man Sue told me do tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? So if something due tomorrow, that's when you do it.
Where he at?
That makes sense.
He a graduate
Of what?
of college.
And he told you if it's due tomorrow, do it tomorrow.
Yeah, do tomorrow.
Oh no, I don't see how he made that. bro.
He made that up, and he got it. Look,
Shout outs to Sue.
Shout out to
Wherever he
Sue.
at.
I ain't trying to start
Shout out to
that,
Sue.
but you know, rock method in high
Yeah,
school.
yeah. But it's
I'm
like,
gonna
but
get his diploma revoked. So.
but you see
Yo.
how. But I remember that though. I remember times. You want mine with you though? You sent me a picture of you and your little brother,
Mm-hmm.
and you said, if nothing else, like you something along the lines of nothing else, because pretty much like because of the things that I said to you, like you are able to be. Because he to him,
Yeah.
and I screenshotted it, and I said I have an album in my phone. It's called Inspiration, and all of it are screenshots of y'all messages to me. And when I have bad days, I go to that album and I look at those text messages, and I have them laid out in a way where it's like, if I'm doubting myself as a mentor, I'll go to a message where one of y'all has said something about like how much you appreciate me being in that role for you. And then that just, to me, that's like, okay, so there was a time when you were okay and you were doing this effectively. Remember those times and now do that, right? So I go back to stuff like that. And it's just been like one of the most scariest, most dangerous, but most rewarding experiences I have ever. Y'all prepared me for my daughter. Like, and y'all are also the reasons why I don't think I'll ever have my own son. Like, I don't think I can naturally father a son because God, like, you already got like 200 of them. I can't give you your own. Like, take the little girl and be all right.
Take the
So I'm
little
like,
girl.
But that's honestly how I like. And there's like my family say it all the time. I feel bad for Avery because she got all these little brothers, all these big brothers that's gonna be like.
Definitely.
And I'm like, so like, and it was like, yo, Kev, you gonna get your gun license? I want to, but I don't really have to. You know who my sons
I
are.
got
Like,
mine.
I don't have, but that gives me a sense of security. Like, and I always intentionally like make sure I share moments with her about y'all and share y'all moments with her. Like, I send y'all pictures of her and be like, look how big she got, or y'all, I'm trying to be X, Y, and Z, whatever. Her third birthday coming up, and y'all better be at the party. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sure.
But
I'm there.
that gives me a sense of safety. The fact that I know I have guys that I can trust my daughter with. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you know I feel that right now.
Yeah, I still can't believe you a dad, bro. Like,
I'm a dad, yo.
a dad. He got a daughter. She in here though. Hi, little boo boo.
She in here.
Stink. Stink. Yo, why always black men always call their daughter stink?
I don't know.
Did you call her stink?
She don't
You ever
stink.
call her that
She
yet?
don't stink.
Sometimes they do. Mamas.
I know. I ain't calling her
She gonna be
stink.
for
I'm
the
cool.
streets. Cause mamas is a for the streets name, and my grandchild now about to be for the streets.
Yo, you said you gonna
Hey
call her
mama,
mamas.
she straight South Street.
Yo, if he
Or
have
you
a
can
daughter,
move to your hometown
okay.
in London. And
if he have a daughter, he not calling her mamas no more.
No,
you
you
just
can't.
scarred him
Please
for
don't.
life.
Like,
You just scarred him for life.
Right.
oh well. All right, so
Somebody gonna call myself like, say it again. I dare you. I double dare you.
Yo,
so I think one of the things for me, like, and I want your thoughts, right? Be honest with me. Has there ever been a time, and I want your honest answers, like, has there ever been a time when you felt like I fell short?
Never.
Like I didn't come through the way that you expected me to?
nah.
Never.
I will say it might have been a time where I was annoyed and whatever you was saying, I was listening, but I probably wasn't really trying to.
Like you wasn't trying to
I
hear
wasn't
it?
trying to hear it all the way.
Yeah.
But you, like just you, nah, I don't feel like you ever came up short. I feel like you pretty much covered what was needed to be like addressed.
Okay.
Being as though like whatever scenario or conversation or anything like I don't really have no you know what I mean, like I don't really have no thoughts about anything or it's things that I might have not had said to you back then or I don't really have that. I feel like you, even if I didn't tell you a certain thing, you probably still like got it out of me. Like I probably implied it without even realizing. So
Okay, got you. What about you, right?
Like me, man.
Be honest.
Never.
If there has been.
Never. Like, it was always like, you just always showed that you was like caring. Cause you already know me. Like, I was just so, like when I was younger, I was so hooked on just like going back to how I was and stuff. Like just being that angry little kid or whatever. But no, like you really like never let me go back to that. Like you always showed me love, gave me love or whatever. So.
I was willing to fight y'all, and y'all didn't think y'all thought I was joking.
I ain't gonna
Like, I
lie,
was literally willing
Kev used to
fight
cheer
y'all.
me up because I used to be heated. I don't know why.
I used to
I
really
used to
be
just
ready
be
to,
annoyed. Like
and it'd be random moments like we was just cool. Like what's wrong now? Right?
people used to annoy
I
me. man.
asked that because I had an experience with one of your brothers, and I'm not gonna mention his name, but we had a conversation. I had been reaching out and haven't been getting any responses, right? And then one day it just dawned on me, ask him how he experienced you. And I sent a text and he was like, "Can I call you?" And I was like, "Bet." And he called, and in that conversation, he expressed to me that he said, "Kev, you taught me a lot of the things that made me who I am today. And I will always value, love, and appreciate you for that. But I always felt like I got the short end of the stick when it came to the relationship that you had with us, right?" And then he started to say that, he proceeded to say that there were times where he felt like I celebrated others more than I would celebrate him, and that I would be there for others more than I would be there for him. And in my brain, I'm thinking I'm doing the best I can, like
Right.
making sure everybody knows that, yo, I'm here and I can't make everything, but I'm going to be, if I can be there, I'm going to be there pretty much. And if, like, there's never a time you'll call and need me to answer that I won't answer, or if even if I'm busy, shoot a text and be like, "I'm gonna call you right back," or whatever that is. But I had to own that experience because not everybody's gonna take what we put out the way we put it out, right?
Yeah.
Some people are always looking for more. And then he said that he was never really the expressive type, so he would never really have said to me, "Uncle Kev, I need you."
yeah, so that was
Or,
like
"I have
a
this,"
double-edged sword from his mind.
Yeah,
'Cause kinda like-
so a part of me was, I wanted to be a little defensive because I'm like, yo, if you don't say that, how am I supposed to know? But then a part of me was also like, I should have been able to read the signs a little
Right.
better.
No, cause I feel like even with me, you know me, like when we first actually started actually hanging out, like the car rides and everything, like it took a while for us to actually like connect, like talk or whatever. But like you gave me that like comfortable space where I felt safe to like open up to you, tell you like secrets and stuff or things I like couldn't express with nobody else. Like, I mean, that's to each his own though. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
could open up
but
to
even with that, people would actually be mad at me because I let y'all tell me everything. Like, You listen to, I said I have no restrictions. If y'all ask me about my sex life, I'm going to tell you. Because if not me, who? Right?
Exactly.
If y'all ask me questions specific to things that you're inquisitive about and you need to know in your mind, if my answer will help prevent you from making a bad choice, I'm telling you everything you need to know. There are no
Yeah.
restrictions, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because if I don't be raw, honest, and authentic with you guys, why would I expect you to give me that? Right?
Right.
And some of y'all just do it. Ray was the first to like be completely unscripted. Like, I'ma say this and I'ma say that and boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, no, Ray, no, what you mean, Ray? Like, but then I was like, no, I appreciate those conversations. Tell me that. Like, and then I started doing random checks. Like, all right, checkup time. How many bodies you got? You got condoms? You need condoms?
Right.
Somebody calling you.
Yeah, that's not a.
I was like, check-in time. And then I just started asking random questions. And it became...
He'd be like,
Huh?
how many girls you was with? I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, so you protecting yourself? You're out here doing something?
I was healthy.
Are you protecting yourself? If not, do you need protection?
I could say like you actually made me like want to see like find the what's the name like find love or whatever. Like stop doing what I was doing.
Yeah, because you and Damon was little
Hey, Nook.
those hoes over there.
Hey, Nook. When you watch this job, bro.
Hey, I'm right at you, son, because you should have been here too.
Hey,
but
Nook.
y'all was pushing.
Yo, he's a funny boy, man.
But
That's my
here's what
guy.
I learned. Nah, I can't. I can't. but I always had. So did y'all ever feel like I was putting y'all in uncomfortable positions? Like I was in your business because I just wanted to be in your business?
No, I think it was more of that
Cause like
because of who you are. Like your status is more of that. Like if you ask me, I'm probably not. I might not want to give you the whole spill, like the whole thing with the chick or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you ask me, like how many chicks you been with? I can be in the back of my head, be like, oh, 2, because back then I was like what 15, 16, so I can be like, oh, 2, but I don't want to tell Kev that because he gonna start talking this.
I'd
and
have
that.
been right.
And it wasn't even,
at you,
and it's
what
not
you
even,
mean?
it wasn't nothing on your behalf. That's just like naturally.
Okay.
Same different.
Okay.
Like how when you at the doctor and they be like, "Are you sexually active?" And some people got that thought to
I used to
they
lie to
want
the
to
doctor,
say
like,
no.
yeah, whole version. I used to tell yeah. That's because Eric got my age well, so I just felt like I needed this.
And then you got them. Then you got them people that like, yeah, I was talking about that get that thought to say no,
Yeah.
but then they'd be like, "What you saying no for?" So it'd be the same thing with you. Like you'll ask me a certain thing, and I'd be like, so.
That's it.
That's what I was telling you.
You want to go out and get him? You can.
Oh, rare. Wait, that's me.
Yeah.
Are you
So he
listening?
in the right spot. Just go. He gonna go get the late son. Oh, the late son just joined the live. He about to walk up here. But yeah,
Yo, that's your name, the late son.
the late son. So, but yeah, so I never really wanted to be in your business. I
Right.
just wanted to know enough to be able to help you think different or challenge you to think differently some type of way, right?
Yeah.
But
And I do
yeah.
that now. Like even with my my job I got now. Like right now I'm a food prep. Like I do prep and dish, but most of it is prep. But I took the job because I was telling Cena, I'm like a year ago, because my uncle had texted me and asked me about it, and I'm like a year ago, if you would have asked me to do prep, I'd have been like nah. But now I'm trying to like, cause I got my daughter and everything like that. I got Cena obviously. I'm trying to step out of that.
Responsibilities.
I'm trying to step out of that box of no, I wouldn't do that, or
Okay.
this and that,
Mm-hmm.
and actually apply myself because, like, in the kitchen at home, I'll probably take my time. You know what I mean? Not probably. I will take my time because I take my time. Everybody know that. Take my time, and then at work, it's like I'm doing the same thing I would do at home. Like if I'm following a recipe or something like that, I just obviously got to get it done in a timely manner because it's me and other people, establishment. So for me, that's just kind of like stepping out of my comfort zone
Okay.
and kind of like applying myself because I started to look at things like, for instance, when I walked in there and the chef would say, so and so, can you help Tamir do this and that? So instead of looking like, oh yeah, they helping me, I look like, all right, the chef just went to this person specifically and asked them to help me. Why can't I be that person
That they come to.
that he comes to
Yeah.
help somebody else?
Yeah.
So like, why am I? You know what I mean? So like, once I got the help, I just adapted and did whatever I got to do, And he actually just came to me the other day. And even if he went to other people and said the same thing, the fact that he still mentioned it to me, I just hired someone new. I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so can you make sure they up on this, and that?
Okay.
It's just like, you know what I mean? Why can't I be that person? I don't see myself not being able to be that person.
Gotcha.
Now, there's a difference between not being able to and not wanting to. So even if I didn't want to, I still was going to apply myself in a way that was going to make me, reliable to be that if it, came about. So this is a whole different mindset change.
It's funny you say that because like, and it's I hope this doesn't sound weird, but as you talk, I hear myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think what that that kind of confirms that I actually been doing all right.
I think so, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you definitely rubbed off on me.
I hear
in the
when you
sake
were
of, like,
saying that, I was like, dang, that's something I would have said out loud. Like,
Yeah. And you know me, I don't really elaborate on things. Like like if you ask me something, I'm going to just answer your question. And it'd be times where people would be like, well, why you ain't say this, and that? And I'm like, because you didn't ask me this, and that. You asked me, like...
So you answer specifically to what you've been asked.
Yeah.
Like, that, no more, no less.
Like, I kind of try to not do it with Cena. Like, she said, like, where is this? And I'll be like, I won't just say, I'm not sure. I'll say, like, if I'm not sure, I'll say, I'm not sure. Last I seen it was probably 2 days ago, this, and that. But if it's somebody else and they ask me, it's just I'm just going to answer
right.
what you asked me, like exactly what you asked. So
I'm the same way. Like for one, I've learned that I don't like answering questions, and that's weird because I'm an educator and all day long, Mister. First of all, what's my name, bro? Like,
hey, yo, that's like me saying I don't like doing push-ups.
What's my name? I don't like answering. I've learned that, and I said that out loud to myself the other day. Like, dang, I really don't like answering questions. I get bothered when somebody is about to ask a question. Like
when they stand there like this, they wait for you to turn around.
or they be like, or if you get a text that be like, and all you see is the bubbles, and they typing something. I'm like, please don't let this be a question. I don't feel like. Or if somebody asks me a question, I'm and then I answer, and then they want to elaborate. Just be all right with what I give you, right? But I can't. Here he go, y'all. Here he go.
Here go the late bull.
Come behind me, dog. Here he go. Yeah! Here go the late son.
He said his name is the late son. Swing around.
Come this way.
Swing around this way, late guy.
Hey, son.
What's up, bro? Rudy.
What's up, boy?
Cuddy Chin. What's up, Unc? Yeah, get in the character. You gotta introduce yourself and all that.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a pause for the cause, son. Just tell them who you are. Don't look at me. Look that way.
Look this way?
Yeah.
And to the mic and everything?
Yeah. And tell them who you are.
All right, so it's looking at me. How's it going, y'all?
It's looking at me.
I'll be sure I'm right. My fault.
Look, he headbutting the mic.
All right, so my name Rock. Well, that's short for Rakim. Everybody I know,
Rakim
my posse
Salim.
and everything call me Rock. 23,
His name Rakim Salim.
born on June 20th, 1998.
Pulling out a job.
Because it's my...
But Rock, look. So
Hey, applying for FAFSA.
he said you applying
Yeah.
for FAFSA.
I ain't never been on cameras and nothing.
Hey, cuz.
He said you applying for FAFSA. No, so
This you want to tell me.
Ray got to introduce himself, right?
Yeah.
And he started
We
talking
sound like
with-
me?
No, he was a British accent.
I had to hit my British accent voice.
Oh, because he be listening to me. I'd be like, to the bottom.
Bottom.
But he come up to our sounds and he's like, hey, what's up? My name is.
All you see is shoulder.
That's
What's
all
up,
you
my
see
name
is
is
show-
there.
And here.
Yo.
And then gonna say,
I mean, you see me, I'm all smiles with it.
he gonna say they
no.
call me Ty at work. I said, you work with white people?
You said Ty?
Ty.
T.Y.?
They call- Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's new. We
I
know
ain't
him
even
by
gonna lie,
Mary.
bro. I ain't even get him the
Mary.
option. I was like, my name Tom Mary, but you can call me Tom,
Tamir.
bro. I just kept it simple.
Because they not gonna be the same time here.
What was Raymond's
They been
nickname?
a timer.
No,
That's how Siri be, yo. If you be like calling Tamir, it be like calling.
They be
Timer.
like, timer.
Listen, Raymond used to call Tamir on the game and stuff, Uncle Tata. I be like,
Tata.
Tata, Uncle Tata.
Tata.
Hey, Dad.
Wait, hear me out.
Okay, I hear you up. I got questions.
Say, wait,
Uncle
hear me
Tata?
out. Talk about here we go. Yo, I don't know who introduction was the funniest, cuz.
What you call it?
Dang, it sounded like I was in an interview.
You don't like what I call him.
Okay.
God, that's
you would
what,
do it
God,
to
that's
make
what
him
my little
mad.
brothers call me. So.
Oh, okay, got you. All right, Rock, answer this question, then we're going to move forward.
Talk to me, man.
What is your most memorable experience with me?
Right. You just
Me?
a thousand
Yeah.
Jones a year.
Man, listen, I'm sorry. I keep hitting the mic.
You okay?
Man, me and Kev been the hell and back, man. Our most memorable, I'm gonna keep it a bean. It probably gotta be one of the moments when you had pulled up to me at my grandma's house when I really needed the most.
Yeah.
Probably like when I needed one of them deep down talks and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I was just like, it was just one of them most memorable moments just because it was like, I just felt so closed in, and me being me so trapped in my thoughts and everything, it's like Kev really understood like what it was that was eyeing me out and everything, and that I had a problem with. So it was like I could really open up to Kev in any given moment. So yeah, I really appreciate him for that and everything. But it's so many more memories and everything.
Yo, mine with you? No, I got two.
Oh yeah, yo, remember when I saved the baby at the edge of school program?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh!
yeah.
Listen, I saved the baby. We was playing football or something like that, right? And that's when I'm just backpedaling. So as I'm backpedaling, I don't hear no crying, nobody telling me to stop, nothing. They not even giving me no watch out. So I'm just backpedaling. Remember Sean? Remember Sean Mir? Bald head? Yeah, that was my other old head. So yeah, as I'm backpedaling, I felt a little stroller hit my back of my leg, so I'm almost about to fall. I turn around, bro. The baby this close to hitting the ground. I said, and I corked the baby. Listen,
Save somebody's life.
Listen.
Save mine so I can
I'm a
understand.
superhero for real, man.
What? The last time I seen Sean was the first time I elevated. First time I elevated, I'm gonna put it like that. So I thought after that day, I thought like, yo, I wonder if he think I'm one of them bulls, man. Cause
He probably do.
Because that was the
Sean
first
worked
time.
on
So
food.
he like, yo, Mir, what's up? I'm like, what's up? But I'm floating, yo. I'm like, what's up? And I'm like, do he think I'm one of them boys?
He
man?
probably
'Cause that's
did.
the only time
I'm
I've seen
surprised
him,
he ain't hit me. Yo, like, Kev, I saw Tamir. You remember when y'all was copying Christian?
yo.
No, Rock. So one of my, it's two.
Sean was my man, dog.
We
Man,
was
got
leaving program
so
one
many.
day, and I think y'all played basketball that day, and
Uh-huh.
Rock had to pee real bad, and we turned the corner from Locust to 48th. He was like, pull over right here. You was sitting in the front seat. This nigga got on his knees. The pee, he was like, y'all don't look.
Somebody got on his knees.
He got on his
you
knees.
talking
Bro, you
about,
got on your
Got
man?
on his knees.
Yes, bro.
To pee. I'm like, yo,
'Cause I
bro,
ain't want
for
nobody
one,
to see
ain't
you,
nobody
bro.
looking at you, dog.
Bro.
For two, how you got pee that bad? We just left the school.
Bro,
Listen, I was an iced tea drinking heavy kid
He
back
was
then,
like-
man. I love
He said,
iced
don't
tea.
look.
right.
So then my other one was I cannot. It's kind of like 2 in 1.
Man, I want to hear all the memories.
Your
dog.
graduation. And
Oh, my gosh.
You shouted me out like they was doing this like rose ceremony thing, and he had one for me, and I'm there, and I'm like, yo, his family there and all that, and
Yeah.
I ain't, at the time all I knew was his mom and his grandma,
Yeah.
and his siblings of course, but like he started talking and he started talking about me, and I was like, I'm not about to cry. In this joint with all these people. That's one. I'll never forget that. But then I think the most memorable one was the day before you left to go to Georgia.
Look, I was about to say that too. I knew he was gonna say that.
The day before you
I
moved
knew he
to
was
go
gonna
to
say
Georgia.
that.
I didn't want to
Yeah,
believe
man.
it. Because I didn't want to believe he was leaving. I know he had his moments with y'all, but I'm like,
I ain't gonna lie, I was sad when he said he was going. I'm like,
bro,
man.
I didn't want to. I was like,
I'm like,
It felt
you
like
think
a movie.
we
like,
tried to figure stuff out. I was like,
yeah.
you think your mom would your mom let you stay with me?
Yeah.
Like all this stuff.
Yo,
I didn't
Red.
want my son to leave.
I ain't gonna lie, you know
Real
you're a
red.
kid and you don't want to go home. I did
Yeah.
not want to rock
I
this
didn't
line, yo.
want-
I ain't
but
gonna
then
lie,
that
yo.
was one of them days we
I'm
was
like,
just talking about
yeah,
car rides,
yeah.
right? Y'all was that was one of them days I intentionally made sure Rock was the last, and he lived the furthest from me. I was like, I had to drop him off last,
Yeah,
and then
man.
everybody else got out the car, and I knew what was coming. and I didn't want that to happen. And I remember just looking at you, and we both started crying at
You
the
real
same
red.
time.
Because
And
I already knew what it was
yeah,
hitting
and
for,
I
man.
remember vividly. I said, "Yo, just because you leaving don't mean I'm not here, right? Like I want to be a part of everything. I don't want to miss nothing. Like I'm always here. You can call me. Boom, boom, boom." And we both in there crying, and then he get out, and before he get out, like
Oh, I'm like,
I ain't have to lean in. Like we both kind of like at the same time like went in. And he was like, "I love you, Kev." I was like, "I love you too, son." And then he left, and then I didn't tell you this, never told you this. I pulled to the end of your grandma block and parked. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, but then I also remember the next day, like, "Hey, yo, what time you leave? Did you
Right,
leave
right,
yet?"
right.
Boom, 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 boom. The first day of school, I was like, "All right, bet. I need to get the counselor on the phone because I need parts."
Right.
And I talked to the counselor, and she was
Yeah.
like, "I can't give you information until his mom tell." And then I called your mom. I was like, "Call the school.
He
and
was
get
like-
the school permission for me to talk to them back and forth." And we was able to make stuff work. And then you came back home. I was like, "Yeah, I get my son back." Like, yo,
Yeah.
but that's one of my memorable
Yeah.
experiences. Okay, another question I asked them. Was there ever a time you felt like I didn't show up for you or I let you down at all? And you be completely
I was
honest.
about to say. I mean, to be truthful, I never like ever looked at Kev as like any type of way as though like he couldn't be there for me or anything in that case, because I know for a fact, besides me, he have like 50 other thousand sons. You know what I mean? Like you feel me? That he love, if not the same, probably more. But it's like being as though I know what position Kev is at in his life and everything, and he want to be hands on and helping everybody when it's needed to, and even when it's not needed. So it's like, no, I really don't feel like you haven't, you know what I'm saying, been there for me, or not even the slightest chance of nothing. Like, even if it was a time, like, you would even tell me, like, son, I can't make it at this hour. Is it cool if we schedule it like for the later on the night instead of pushing it for like tomorrow or
Right,
next week or
right.
something? You'll still try and make something for like that night if we say it's like a problem with us or anything.
Can I tell y'all why though? Because this was my theory, and I know I'm crazy sometimes, right? But this was my theory. If I missed the moment, I felt like y'all would never allow that to happen again. Like allow that moment to come back around again. So I felt like if I missed an opportunity to be there, like y'all were kind of like, "Yeah, Kevin, not my boy. Like he don't really care for me. He don't really love me." Like
I see
I
what
don't know.
you're saying.
I
I see
shouldn't
what
have
you're
thought
saying.
that because I know that wasn't the case. But I never wanted y'all to ever give yourself
Right,
permission
right.
to think
Yeah,
that.
you
right?
kind of held
It's
yourself
like,
at
I wanna
that,
say-
at
Right.
that super high
Right.
standard.
Yeah, because
But I feel
I
like-
don't take that lightly though. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm
I
gonna
feel like anytime I had a problem, like you would really go through like hell heck to find a way to like resolve it or just find a way to like help me out any type of way. Like, all right, if you come pull up on me, you'll call me. If I ain't feel like talking, you'll text me or send me a voice message or a video. Like
Straight up
and
to-
it would just like,
call you on FaceTime.
you feel me? Like he was
That's
just
number
so
one.
persistent, like with his support, like, and it's like you couldn't block it or you couldn't hate it or something. Like you just had to accept it, like, and just roll with it. That's
Because
all
I just never, I know how it felt to not have somebody. So if I was ever a person of influence, it was important to me that y'all knew even in my absence that I was there in some way.
And
you
we
know?
damn sure felt it in your absence though.
And I never wanted y'all to feel like because I couldn't be there in one moment, that means that I would never be there for others, right? So it's been some, you know, it's been some times where I was like, yo, these niggas and call me one more time. Rock, I just told you what to do, bro. Like, why you don't know yet? Like,
calling back to back.
that was in my way. That was my way of like. But then immediately after that feeling, I'd be like, well, Kev, who else they supposed to? You know what I'm saying? Like you built this level of nurture and trust.
Yeah, you already had set
So
the
now
standard
you're
for yourself.
responsible for certain things, right?
Yeah, I
Like
see what you're saying.
y'all get married, I better be there. Y'all had kids, I better know about it. Y'all get in a fight, I better know about it. Y'all get stolen on, I better know about it. I know that ain't never happening. But I'm like, I don't want to miss moments. And I don't want y'all to miss moments. So like, and I was saying to them before you came in, it was one of your brothers who told me, like, I didn't come through for them the way that they wanted me to. That's why they kind of pushed me to the side, and he straight up said like, "Ain't no love lost. I'm just not about to fake like something is what it isn't." And I was like, I respect that, and I
that's it.
apologize because in my mind I thought that I was doing exactly what I needed to do for you. And furthermore, like I used to always tell y'all, like it's certain boys that I have that I have to give a little more
Drop
to
them.
because certain ones I don't have to worry about, right? Ray was the one that I had to worry about. I used to tell you that. Like, I don't worry about Rock. I don't worry about Tamir because at the end of the day, they're going to make the best. Damon never have to worry about. He's always going to make the right decision. Even if he do some nut stuff, he always going to make the right decision. But Ray is the one, like, I'm calling your phone 6 times. If I call 7 times and you don't answer, I'm pulling up. And if I pull up, it's not going to be nice. And then he'll answer on the 7th time. And then he won't say nothing, but he answered that phone, though, right? And then I remember when your pop DM'd me on Facebook, messaged me on Facebook, was like, we never met, but my sons talk about you all the time, right?
Right.
Like, and then when I finally met your pop, and your dad was like, yo, I hate that it took so long for us to meet. Like, I've been your mentor since you were in 4th grade. I met your dad for the first time, your prom, 12th grade prom. And I'm like, yo, and I felt special, bro. I'm helping this boy get dressed and his pop downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's so.
It was us there. It was us there.
Yo, hide the scrap upstairs. And I'm like, yo, Rock, this gonna look right, bro. Like that's gonna look right. But like those are moments I will never, ever, ever forget. But I also want to say, like out loud, there were probably moments where you wouldn't admit to needing me a little more than I was giving. And in those moments, like I don't know where I was. Like mentally, I had a lot going on. Like a lot of I was telling them before you got here, like there were moments where I was physically in front of you, but mentally checked out. And in those moments, y'all were being your natural selves, and it made me think about my position. Like one of the most transformative relationships that I had in my life as an adult was my reconnection with my dad, right? That moment happened in front of 2 of my guys, Joseph and Chris. Like he called me while I was at leave with Joseph and Chris. I boo-hoo cried in front of them. And they went and told, yo, Uncle Sterl, Uncle Kev crying, and we don't know what's wrong. He on the phone with somebody, and then I get upstairs and I'm telling them, like I relayed to them, I had a breakdown with my dad, and that was the moment of us fixing it.
Right.
That's why I was crying. I wasn't mad or sad. I finally got what I needed from my dad, right? And yeah, just being able to have those moments with y'all, like people. I was saying, anybody who knows me knows that I don't play about my boys, right?
Thanks.
Like they like. Yo, Kev got 50 million sons, and it's like, but I do though, and I can't. I'm like, y'all tripping. It ain't that many, and then I count, and I'm like, one day I sat to my office desk and I wrote on my paper, like I thought I needed 1 paper, and I started writing names, and I was like, dang, I'm 3 pages in, and there's still more to go. Like,
Yeah, I was telling Cena, like if it ever come to like mentoring anybody or something like that, I'll probably be the same way. Like I was saying to her, I don't know how teachers get like this crazy connection with people, and then it's like once they graduate, not all of them, but once they graduate,
it's like
probably
nothing.
don't really speak to them no more.
Yeah.
But I'm the type person I don't like that. Like I don't do that. So I know if I was in like your position, I'd probably be doing the same. It's like same exact thing.
Yeah, because it's like I hear myself in y'all now that I see you as grown men.
You remember I tried to get my girlfriend at the time to come get mentored by you.
Therapy
Right, he
session
definitely did though. Like, can you talk to her, please? And I was like, wait, just have her call me, bro. And she called, and like we talking. I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, don't say nothing about my son while we on this phone, because then I'm gonna have to check you. But like,
No, I ain't gonna lie,
I'm like,
right?
but what did he
I
do?
ain't gonna lie. I kinda
What
did
did
the
he
same thing.
say? Like,
I was before Cena found out who he was or whatever like that. I'll tell her like, yo, you and Kev would have some good conversations, just general conversations. Like
I
it
remember
doesn't even have
I
to be
remember
that
the first
deep,
time I
like-
met her, and then you told me who she was. I was on your porch.
Yeah.
And she came out of the house or whatever. You introduced me to her. I remember when you told me you was gonna be a dad. I was like, stop lying, dog. Like this. I think I texted you. I was like, yo, did Mir gonna be a dad? Like, is he lying? He telling me the truth?
I was like, nah, he for real.
Yo, I couldn't
no,
believe
yeah.
it. But look, peep, and then that's a perfect segue, because that that moment for me was like, now I get to see Tamir really utilize some of the things that I kind of shared with him.
Right.
Put into perspective some moments, right? Like when y'all used to communicate about, y'all would hit me up about, different situations with your jobs, relationship, and stuff like that. And I would give you advice and I would leave it there. I intentionally sometimes don't ask follow-up questions because I just want to see if you're going to trust yourself to make the right choice, right? If you're going to say the right thing, do the right thing.
I don't blame you because I think the follow up questions, depending on who the person is, I think they'll take that as an extra wall to lean back on, rather than support themselves. You know what I mean? So
Question: if there was one thing, that'd be the perfect way to segue. So, So we about to do. I'm not going to utilize this. Most of what's up here I asked anyway. So I was going to have y'all pick one and read it out loud, and then you have to do what's on the junk. Y'all want to do it?
Boy, that's like a charades type junk.
So no, it was just each card has something on it. So is either a statement, a question, and whatever you pick, you have to read what's on it. But it's pertaining to some of the things we already talked about. Right. So I don't want to revisit. It's on y'all. But
listen, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever.
He talking about it's on y'all.
That's what he did with Kristen.
Oh,
I want it. So I want it if it's like I'm gonna ask you out loud. If I send you images, when you edit it, you can put it in. I can't wait. It's supposed to be.
You about to put my throw base in there?
Yes, but no, I'm not going.
Can you send us the pictures and stuff before you
No,
send them?
no.
See, don't let him expose us too bad on here.
Okay, I'ma just. So I'm a pick through the ones we haven't read yet.
Pictures and I was built like a fucking tadpole.
When you was built like a tadpole.
I was built like this microphone.
He gonna go back to leave before y'all got fixed up.
But you said I was built like a tadpole?
I got that picture too.
Yo.
When you had your shirt on.
I got this one picture with me and Mary.
Built like a Auntie Anne's pretzel.
Yo, go ahead. Yo.
Hey, ladies. yo. So, Tamir, it be 103 degrees outside, and this dude got on black jeans. I'm like, Tamir, why you don't wear shorts? I don't like my legs. I'm like, why you don't wear shorts? And then the one day he wore basketball shorts, he had on like these long socks. I'm like, son, it's hot as shit outside. No, and he pulled his his socks down. Calf muscles look like freaking human Arnold Schwarzeneggers. Like, I'm like, yo.
He said human Arnold Schwarzenegger like he not human.
I did, right?
He took the Terminator too literal.
I hate you. All right, so
what they
look,
trash
here's going a
ones?
few. What you say?
What they trash ones you not using them?
No, those are the ones we're going to use. Some of these we already talked about. All right, yeah, this is one. All right, so there's enough that y'all can pick through these.
No, I took the one closest to me. That's weird. That's weird. I ain't like that.
So who goes first? And then we're going to go into...
Who the youngest?
Who is the youngest? You are the youngest.
Yeah,
Wait, you loud, man?
Oh,
We trying to figure out who going first.
Go.
Oh, you was going to go.
The late
You were
one.
older? You older than
Yeah,
Rob?
I'm older than all.
the late one. Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, you gotta go. Cause me and Mir went first already on Sunday. So
Oh, yeah. Go,
Mr. Turner.
son. You go first.
When I turn, you can get the dun dun dun.
Look at his face. Go ahead.
All right, I'll go first.
I don't like the one I got.
What you got? You want another one?
You ready?
Ooh. Yeah, I'll give you a different one.
Oh, matter of fact, no, I want this one. I want this one.
Ready.
I know what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
Can I get another one after this? All right. It says one word that describes your feelings about the violence in the city.
Ooh.
That's wrong.
That's
That's the word of the day.
Can you elaborate?
Yes, I will. What I mean by drawing, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
What I mean by drawing is that all this gunplay is just driving me insane. Like it's so many of my homies. Well, I ain't gonna say so many, but I have very much a few homies that have passed away from gun violence and everything. But it's just like every day on social media and stuff like that. Like for
Every
instance,
day,
for Instagram, 911 Philly, you just see everything happening, and it's just like it's
Every
just
day.
bugging.
Every
It's just really,
single
it really
day.
becomes like a thing in your head. Like you just get tired.
I be
man.
looking like, how is it
It is-
every single day?
Exactly, and it do come like in my mind. It come to think like, damn, is this gonna be me? Like, am I gonna be the one to like, gonna be up on a post one day and y'all all like sharing it? Like,
So with y'all saying that out loud, does it now make sense why I was on you guys the way that I was?
Always, yeah, always,
for sure.
always.
always.
Because I'm like, my biggest fear is turning on this social media thing. I took the Citizens app off because every time there was something happening in a location close to y'all, I started to panic. Like, please don't let it be one of my boys. Please don't let it be one of my boys. And then one of my
You got
guys
boys in every
got-
part of the
yeah.
city,
That-
so it's
that's
just
what I'm
like,
saying. So
Every single part.
correct.
That's-
That anxiety level.
I'm glad
is
it makes
always
sense.
up.
All right, it's on you, man.
It's on me.
Yeah,
I thought Ray wanted to go.
No,
it don't
Let's
matter.
go
Who,
last.
paper, I said.
Can I get another one?
you gotta go.
He pointing, cuz. That's not even qualifying.
Go. One of y'all gotta
All
go.
right, man.
He breached the contract. It was
What
rock,
was
paper,
your
scissors.
biggest challenge before me and Kev? Walking away from any type of conflict. Listen,
Bruh, because you would
and he
have
go
been one
vouch
of
for
them.
me. Listen,
Walking away
yo,
from any type of conflict. Let me see.
You said what was your biggest?
what was my biggest challenge? Like, it was just walking away, bro. Period.
all of us get to
like,
answer that,
just
right?
arguing, bro. Like, I
You
used,
can if
it
you
didn't
want to.
matter.
Man,
Like, it didn't matter like what it was, bro. I would not walk away. Like, if it ended in me fighting or arguing, bro, that was that. Like, and I was cool with that. But like Kev, he came, he was just like, yeah, like, he's like, but he's like, you like fighting, like you just like being mean, you just like being angry and stuff. I'm like, no, like, I don't want to be mean and stuff. I just want a different way or whatever. And he's just like, yeah, well, maybe you just gotta learn to walk away, or you just learn to like find another way, or learn to talk it out or whatever.
Yeah, because you be right at people, like a dude be walking by, and you be like, yo, what the you're right, he wasn't even looking at you.
Yo,
I felt like he was.
you remember
Like,
this? You remember when I was working at Modell?
yo, my
Yo.
gosh.
I was at my wits end with this job, man.
He probably would have fought the lady in
I
there,
really
too.
about to
like.
fight the. Like, I really wanted to fight the district manager in there because like she was just playing with me. Like, I was a good worker, a great worker. I've been was supposed to have my own store or whatever, and she
Employee
just
of the
kept.
month.
She just what's the name? Like she just kept gaslighting me. I called Kev. Like I'm like, yo, Kev, I'm about to put hands on this lady. Like, put on a wig and we about to just, you know what I mean? He just talked me out of it. No, I think you wound up pulling up. You wound up
did.
actually coming
I
into the
did.
store. Like he really came into the
I
store,
did.
bro. Talked to me and everything. Like, and I wound up calming down or whatever.
I miss
on the
those
stuff
discounts,
better.
though, because it's Adidas track pant time now, and I ain't trying to pay a whole
Yeah, me.
$60 for a pair. Yo, son, go back to Modell
Yo, I remember
for the
that.
winter time. All right, go ahead. And then we going, I'm going to ask a final question, and then we going
Go ahead.
loop
Top
out. Get my boo-boo home.
All right. I got the wild card.
Dang,
Okay.
Batman,
So-
come on,
So
Batman.
do you want to assume
I got the wild
that, do you want to, create your own thing, or you want me to?
I'm about to
Do I
say,
want to create my
wait,
own
yeah.
thing?
So that
Nah.
can be whatever you want it to be.
All right.
Say wild card.
All right, cool. I know what
Okay, so go.
All right. So,
No, go ahead. I don't know if you about to be Mir or
Or Ty?
Ty at work.
I think I might be tired at work.
Okay, be Ty at work.
Or Batman.
So guys,
Hello.
Sit like this.
when it comes to parents telling their children to, boys don't cry, how you feel about that?
Ooh.
I feel like.
How you feel about that?
That.
So you want to go first?
Stop being a chump. It's like, no, I'm playing.
Me?
I'm gonna answer last.
I'm a Pisces, so like if y'all know Pisces, bro, connected with their
Aggressive.
emotions.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
are, but they're very aggressive too.
And I'm proud of that. But yeah, like I just say, like express your feelings. Don't you gotta let out what you feel. Like you can't let nobody like let you harbor your feelings, because at the end of the day, like that's gonna put on like a mental strain on you or whatever, and it's gonna stop you from doing like a lot of things, like from speaking up, from just doing like taking chances or whatever, like big steps or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
That's
don't
true.
let nobody shut you out. That's how I feel about that.
I like that. I like that.
I mean, if I was to have a child, I wouldn't tell them to stop crying or try to keep them, because who am I to tell them how they're feeling?
Right,
So,
right.
like, I mean, depending on the situation, I mean, the best I can tell them would probably be, like, as in, like, what you crying for instead of just puzzling out and, like, you know what I'm saying, actually taking a step back and, like, see what you actually crying for is not even worth it. Like, you see what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say, like, stop crying, like, stop all that BS and all this, that, and the third. Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? If
Who
you
going
feel it,
first out,
you
me
feel
or
it.
you? I don't know.
Oh, I gotta go too. I can.
I want you to go. Yeah, I want you to
I
go.
thought like that goes what I was saying. Absolutely not. Like I don't. I err on the same thing you two said. Like every individual person has a way that they internalize things, and whatever they feel is how they. It leads to an expression. So if I'm sad and I feel like to express that feeling of sadness, I'm gonna cry. I
Right.
should be okay to do that, and it should not be a slash or a strike against my masculinity because I show emotion. In fact, real men show emotion. It's a way of balancing.
Exactly.
Right, you feel what I'm saying? So like, I've never made you guys feel like you couldn't be self-expressive. Have I?
No.
No.
I've never. Have
Never.
I ever said be tough?
You ain't never make me feel like that, but like when I first met you, like it took me a while to like actually like break, like
Yeah.
So, but no, like you never made me feel like
Okay.
that. If anything, you made me want to
And-
like open up.
And now that I like being a dad to a daughter, I was made to feel like as a guy I couldn't cry or being expressive or
right,
something like that. So I wanted to make sure that if I was ever the father of a son, like I took part in bringing into the world, then he would never feel that way. But now that I have a daughter, I allow her to be expressive in her emotion. I let her say what she feels. And if sometimes that's no, daddy, Avery doesn't want to do this. Okay, so what does Avery want to do?
Yeah, I
No,
feel you.
daddy, Avery, or no, mommy, Avery don't want oatmeal. Avery want eggs. Okay, so we'll make Avery eggs, right? Because I was the kid. Like, if you don't eat what we cook, then you don't eat. So my
Right,
daughter's
right.
not gonna. No, absolutely. not. So yeah,
You know how Nelly rock.
it's on you.
Bet. So, I think, well, I'm gonna just stem back really quickly when we said when we was talking about gun violence. I think that's like a prime driver for gun violence because I don't even think people would like narrow down the factors that go into somebody actually elevating to that point so fast. Even if it's not fast, just to that point. And I think being told younger, stop crying, boys don't cry. What you crying? I'm gonna give you something to cry for. All of those things are like,
Triggers.
yeah, they become triggers, and I think it's kind of like boxing people up. I think that's like putting people in a box, and it's kind of like they being put in a box, and they just like caged in or like it's like taped up up until the time where they like explode. And now you kind of, I don't want to say train, like not train in the sense of like having a pet or something like that, but you kind of trained your child to basically just keep sucking it in. And then once they're at that point where they can't hold it in no more, they just explode. So now you got somebody that's 21, 22, or any age where somebody not really telling them what to do, they already in the mindset of once I'm mad, I'm mad. Like it don't matter what you talking about, it don't matter what you talking about. Once I'm mad, I'm mad because they never got the chance to display their emotions or to talk it out, or they just all they know is when I'm mad, I'm gonna snap because that's all they got the chance to do was snap because once you snap, nobody really controlled it. It just happens.
Okay.
Versus them being mad and before they snap, it's just them being mad. They might kick something, and somebody be like, "I give you something to cry for," stuff like that. So I really feel like that's a prime like driver like the way people carry themselves now because like say if me and Rocky know each other, we walking down the street and I bump him or something like that. 9 times out of 10, the typical dude gonna be like, "Yo, watch your body," yo, something like that. That's what I feel like. I might be wrong, but that's what I feel like. Versus somebody like that's like me or like us, they be like, "Yo, you mean you bumped into me?" Or just let it be known. Like,
Nowadays, like you can't say nothing.
Exactly.
Just let that brush that off, bro.
and
Because
exactly.
you be like, "Hey, yo, excuse me," or "Excuse you," and niggas could off you. Like,
Just like that.
but I'm real big on like common courtesy and being polite. Like, if I hold the door for you and you don't say thank you,
Oh yeah,
you welcome.
exactly.
Like, you think this is, or like if I need to get by, or we walking, and you coming in my direction, why do I have to be the one to move?
Exactly.
Like, or if we, you in the store,
Oh, listen,
don't
I'm
never
telling
move.
you. What?
right? You in the store, and like,
here,
I'm
though.
big on telling people this, even students in the hallway, like,
Right.
I don't care who it is,
Right.
your space is your space, and if somebody invades that space, you're allowed to tell them to get out of your personal space,
Right.
or don't walk too close to me, and you say like, if you need to get by and I'm in your way. And you scoot by, like if you be inching by,
The
so
joint
just
where they
so
like
you
where
won't
they
have,
tap your arm or something
so
like
you
that.
won't have to
just
say, "Excuse me?"
Just say excuse me. Bro.
I'm like, oh, excuse me, it's too much of a stretch for you. You can't say excuse me. Like, I'm trying to learn not to be that guy, but yeah, I feel what you're saying when it comes to that. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like even in that, like all your answers, I hear me, and that's like, oh my gosh, man, I don't want to go there yet. But all right, so look. I want to get us close to wrap up, right? So this is what I want to do. I'm always in a position where I want to learn more about how I can be better, do better, think better, show up better for you guys. You are now grown men. You're no longer the elementary school students you were when we first met. And so
For the time good.
right.
Right.
Our
Them days was
interactions
fire.
are different now, right? I feel like we can meet each other in different spaces, but even with that, I don't want to neglect my responsibility to you, because at this point, it's a responsibility.
Right.
It's no longer a choice whether or not I get to be a part of your lives. I'm responsible in a large way for your well-being, still as grown men. One of the most beautiful things I can say, your parents were receptive to me being a part of your lives. I have moms who call me, come get your son before I kill him. Come get your son before I hurt him. And these boys have dads. But it's never been a thing where I felt like I had to kind of like walk on eggshells or anything. It was welcoming. That's
Oh,
why
yeah,
when I
yeah.
heard from your pop the first time, like I was like, yo, that's crazy, because I thought he only knew me as the person I thought he knew me as Rock's mentor, but y'all was connected to me through Rock. I didn't know he knew we had our own relationship.
Yeah, like I straight expressed that to him like one time. Like I was just like, yeah, like this my guy, that this my mentor and stuff. Like I told him, I told my mom and everybody. I told my sister that too. 'Cause, like everybody just always wanted to know who you was, because they was like, you always in somebody's car, like always in somebody's car, listening to music with Rock or something. Like where you going? Who that?
All right.
And I had to explain to you like who you was, because it wasn't just like like just a regular
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
Like you really had like a role in my life that you like really played really well. I respect that.
So that's the flow. So Pete, this is what I want you to do. Then I'm gonna say something to y'all, and then I'm gonna wrap up, okay? Because it's almost 7:00. It is 7:00.
It is 7:00.
Dang. All right, so Pete, this is what I want you to do. Tell me one thing. What advice would you give me as I continue to be this mentor? And I'm
I got an easy one.
I'm not crazy enough to think that every relationship will form as easily as it has with you guys. Like that was flawless. I was just telling them I can't even tell you how it happened. It just happened.
Like
I can't even tell you. The only thing I do remember was that day, like when you brought them to the yard at least.
Oh, yeah,
Yo,
no,
that's the
it's
only
the
thing I
yard.
do. But y'all relationship,
Yeah.
the one with Damon, I don't remember. The one with Jane, I remember Jane vividly because
Yeah.
I had to defend him when people were
Oh yeah.
using racial terms that they didn't know.
Yeah,
was
but
up.
I was about to say.
Yeah,
they
y'all
was a
didn't.
homie,
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah.
know, like,
So, but that's how that I can recall those type. But
Right.
I can't even. So, but what I need you to do, answer that question for me. What advice would you give me as I continue the journey as a mentor? Like, consider our relationships, and what advice would you give me?
I can go first, or
It don't matter.
All right, listen.
You got it.
the best advice I can give you is stay on anybody neck you about to mentor or trying to mentor. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know, like, growing up with Kev and everything, it's going to be hard opening up to, like, it's going to be hard for other kids opening up to Kev and everything. So that's one thing that they should know, that Kev is really that somebody that you can really actually run to and just say anything to. Like, if you need an ear, like, I'm trying to tell you, Kev the one. So it's like, yeah, stay on they necks. Even if they still, I want to not pushing you away, but it's like I kind of felt like I did that to you a little bit, like not like just give you your space a little bit, not like as
No, I
if
know
it
what
was
you
something
mean.
like happening between us,
Yeah.
because it definitely wasn't, but it was just like damn, like I'm just always
Yeah, and
you know
that's
what I'm
what
saying,
but you would
Kev,
say that though.
you
You
mean?
would say that. Like I feel like I'm calling you a lot. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm asking you for a lot. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
like I'm pressuring you.
And that's just
And
how
it
you
was
are as
never
a
that-
person, too,
Yeah,
though.
but it was never that. And then I remember when you actually became like distant, and I used to check in with you, and you wouldn't respond to me, and that was your response every time you came back. Yo, Kev, I had this going on, but I felt like I was calling on you too much. And I used to be like, yo, that's offensive because I need you to, like, I want you to. But no, I got it.
No,
So
I feel
I
you.
appreciate that. And you.
Like, well, you want to go first?
No, you hate to go any other time. I don't know why you keep doing that. What's up with it?
Alright,
Yeah, they crazy.
no, like for real, just to piggyback off of what Rock said, like yeah, just like keep your foot on your necks, cause like a lot of people, you got a lot
They're
of
saying neck.
necks, yeah, my
Yeah,
bad,
necks.
necks.
CKS.
Next.
Yeah.
Not
Nuts.
the other word.
I don't do that.
Just for clarity.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
But no, cause like you got a lot of kids out there like how I was or whatever, like just really scared to open up or whatever,
Yeah.
and just afraid to just to talk to somebody or whatever. Like, but with you, like you just kept like egging on, like just kept talking to me, like giving me good advice or just showing me that you was there. Like that's pretty much what like most kids need nowadays is like someone who's there 24, not even there 24/7, but just there in general. And you did that, so yeah, just keep it up.
Thank you.
All right, now look, this is a disclaimer, right? I think I don't mean to sound biased when I say this, but I feel like you need to. Well, I feel like you should. I don't want to say you need to because you already do it. I feel like you should prioritize being adaptive. Like keep prioritizing being adaptive, I should say, because in this where I say I don't mean to be biased. Like me, Nook, Rock, James, all of us. I feel like that class, like them two classes, I feel like people not. I didn't meet nobody that was like us
y'all.
yet.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like between them two classes, I didn't meet anybody that was like us yet. Like even my people that I be with from high school, like the way we are, they was my brothers too. Like you know, but those two classes from Lee, I didn't really meet people like exactly like that. Like we all are kind of like really similar, like really similar. So with that being said, you dealt with us first, like you said, basically your foundation. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure everybody you met after that was like, yeah, you brought them in, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It
the same.
what you
Yeah,
didn't meet
that
those
was-
type
it
people.
wasn't
So
the same. Yeah.
and then that was a long time ago. So now with
Long time
with
ago,
social
still.
media, with social media being a lot more, you know, accessible,
yeah.
present, influential, things like that. I feel like you should keep prioritizing being adaptive. Yeah, that's all I got.
But we almost. Does that mean is we still got some juice? Okay. Oh yeah, cause you done.
I'm not done
You're
yet.
not gonna take your mic off.
Oh
You
my
done.
fault, I ain't even know.
He didn't even want
Get
to take
out
the
of
mic
here.
off, Rock. He didn't want to take the mic
He still got
off.
some more yapping to do.
All right,
I
so
can't even dab you up, bro. My arm's not
I
that long.
appreciate that, but
Yeah.
okay. So here's my thing, and then I'm gonna get to our minute to be. But I have to, in the same token, in the same energy, speak to you individually. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. All right, and I'm gonna start with you, Tamir. Tamir, I am super appreciative for you being willing to receive me in a time when you felt a little apprehensive about somebody else coming into your world, right? You were very reserved, closed off. And you were also the type of person that you didn't think for yourself. Whatever everybody else did, that's what Tamir did. Whatever everybody else thought, that's what Tamir thought. Until we had a moment and you expressed to me that you didn't necessarily agree with everything everybody else did. And then I kind of pushed you to be more of your individual self, and you are now that person, right? I cannot thank you enough for the moments I had the opportunity to really see you be you. Aside, Yeah.
When he say that, man, he not saying I was a follower, not a leader.
No.
He
He
not
was
saying
no.
that.
I'm not saying that at
He
all.
not saying that. He not
I'm
saying
not saying that at all. I'm just saying he didn't trust himself enough to be Tamir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he attached Tamir to everybody else, and everything else. And when he broke off to become his individual self, that's who we see like now, right?
Mir was on
And
some quiet.
yo,
type
like
combo for
very,
listening, right?
very like. All right, we going to the okay, we going here. Okay, we going to the gym. Okay, we going to the gym. But I don't want to play basketball. I want to play football. But I'm gonna play basketball because everybody else playing basketball. But when we went outside to play football, you saw Tamir, right? You didn't see Tamir in the basketball court. You saw him be the guy who's playing basketball because everybody else playing basketball. Make sense? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I really appreciate you for
Whole time knew how to play though.
allowing me
Well, I
the
feel it.
opportunity to be that person to let you see that in yourself, right?
Yeah.
And now I think what pulls at my heart the most is that it just seems completely non-coincidental that I became a girl dad and now you're a girl dad. And I get to see you really be Tamir.
Yeah.
Right? I really get to see you be to your daughter an example of who she'll need as a man.
I ain't gonna lie, from your perspectives, you seeing me grow up until now, like you just said, I do think, like me just thinking, like imagining having your perspective of how that, played out, I think that is crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so that
definitely
kind of
crazy.
that, and I think about that, and now that I get to like lay eyes on her physically for the first time, like it chokes me up a little bit because I be like, in my mind, I'm thinking like a guy that I had the opportunity to help shape now gets to shape somebody else, and I'm like, dang, that's deep.
Mhm.
And then I go back and I'm like, God, like, thank you for that opportunity, right? But I don't want, because I don't want, Ray, yeah, Ray, thank you for coming to the court that day, bro. Thank you for not thinking less of me when you didn't know who I was. But I also thank you for separating yourself from Rob and not equating our relationship to one you felt like you needed, right?
I ain't gonna lie, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I ain't even gonna hold you because like when you say that, it's crazy because I always like at first that's how I was like, and it was like, all right, damn, am I like kind of intruding in the third world or whatever? Because that's rock folk or whatever. Like that's how it was. And then one night you texted me like this, it was on my mind heavy. You texted me, you was like, yeah, you was like, we've been chilling, like we've been hanging out for a few weeks with Rock or whatever, and I'm like. Like in your vibe, you basically was just asking me like, could you mentor me and everything, and I was on the same.
Yo,
type
I
of
remember
time.
that.
What's crazy is, like I always like I wanted it, but
I
at
was
the time-
scared to ask for real.
And at
Like,
the time, like that's what I'm saying because like I was broken. I ain't really know you and none of that. Like we knew each other, but we didn't really know each other. Like so, when you said, it, I'm just like, yo, like that's crazy. Like he really just read my mind. So
yeah, I was apprehensive. Like I didn't want to ask for it because I didn't want it to be weird, but then I also didn't want Rock to think he would lose
right.
a space because I'm bringing somebody else in that's close to him. You know what I'm saying? Like I always knew Tamir and Rock like this. But Blood is a little different. You feel what I'm saying? So when he brought y'all to the court and I was vibing with you and Kev took the longest to be like, that's gonna be my guy, right? Like he was still like, y'all going with that boy Kev, like and stuff. But it was almost immediate with you, right? But I was still like scared. I don't want to ask this dude that, but I felt a pull. Like I felt like I had to, and that's why I did it, right? But I appreciate you for allowing me that space, man. Because like I don't know if you know, but you showed me a lot about how I needed to formulate a different perspective when it came to dudes from the hood, because I'm not from Philly, and you were different from all the guys that you were around, and I was like. He just like, why he gotta be this dude? Like Ray gonna be the one that get shot. Ray gonna be the one that people roll on because he don't know how to shut the f- up. Like son, you ain't. I remember being mad at you for the first time. Like shut up, Ray. Like you ain't gotta. Why you always got?
I
Like
remember that.
like
And
why
I
you
was-
gotta be that guy? Like you don't have to be. But I thank you for those moments, man. Because you could have shut me out. You could have felt like I was trying to rob you of your a sense of self, right? Of your identity. And you didn't, and you let me be Kev.
And I seen that, like I just seen that, like I seen you trying to help me, and then I seen myself just basically trying to be like defiant or whatever, just like basically basically like, alright, yeah, no, I don't need another path. I'm cool on this one.
Yeah.
But then like I really like stopped and seen like just your help, your effort and stuff.
Right.
It made me change.
Right. And then Rock, like, I love all of y'all the same, but it's a different thing right here, bro. Like, it's different, bro. Like, and it ain't because I would never, like, it's not. If I was put in a position and I had to choose one of you, I wouldn't choose. Like, choose him or you die. Choose him or you shoot me.
Yeah.
Because that's how, like, it's always going to be the same vibe. But I think with you, Rock, you are to your group of friends what I have been to mine. And I think seeing that gave me a different way to address you. Rock was never shy to be Rock. Rock was never scared to say what was on his mind and to be who he was. And I think that's what drew us to each other. Because it was never, I'm going to wait and see what Rock do, or I'm going to wait and see what Kev do. It was always us finding ourselves in the same space at the same time. And we was
Definitely.
that's the vibe, right? But Rock, the moment I was able to really attach myself to you is because I was at a low point and I was literally about to give up on myself. And you came to me at program one day. I ain't never tell you this. You came to me at program one day and all you wanted something, and everybody was turning you away.
Yeah.
And you came to me like, yo, Uncle Kev, can I was like, all right, bet, what we about to do? And what you, all right, I remember just trying to navigate it, trying to figure it out. Never really knew what it was exactly, but I'm gonna help this dude figure this out. And then I learned so much about myself through mentoring you because you were quiet when you wanted to be. You ain't share stuff when you ain't want to share stuff. Like, I had to pull from you harder than anybody else. And you were always the one to check on me, though. You was the one. Yo, Kev, you good? Yo, Kev, you, like, you doing all this, asking me this, and this is your turn. Like, what's up with you? How you feel? How you doing? Rock, thank you from the bottom of my heart for just being who you are, man. And I don't think you understand the influence you not just have on me, but you have on everybody around you. Like, everybody's decisions was based upon what Rock doing at the moment, or who Rock about to be, or what Rock gonna say. And your leadership skills, like, are natural. Somebody had to tell me something about myself, but you just know, right? And I appreciate that about you. And I want all of y'all to know. And this is for you three. This is for Rock. Damon. This is for Daquan, Joseph. If there was no Joseph, there would be no y'all. Like,
I ain't see
like,
that man.
and Fahim and freaking Oofman and
I remember him.
and yes, Aaron, freaking Ant, Jane, Moo, Zayd, Hamza, Daquan, Quadir. The list continues to go. The Stephs, the Makas, the Kyries, the Pops, all of y'all, like, for real, from the bottom of my heart, I would not at all be Uncle Kev without y'all. And there would never be a time I create a platform and I don't present the opportunity to share that with y'all. And like I said at the start, if I could have had every single one of y'all here, Med, Veet, Ramir, Nasim, all of
This
y'all.
joint would have been
If
turned.
he wouldn't have had enough room, bro. She would have had to shoot from the parking lot.
That
Like,
show would have been
it'd
going on
been
for like
some-
a week.
Yeah.
Some change.
Some Million Man March type job. But no, I'm extremely grateful and appreciative to God first and foremost for giving me what he gave me to be this guy. And it's times that I doubt myself, and you guys remind me of why I do it. And it's times that I question my influence, and I go back to that inspirational. I got a photo album in my phone, son. It's called Inspirations, and all of it is just screenshots of text messages that I got from y'all.
Yeah.
And moments when I had bad moments, I just need a moment, I go back to that.
Right.
But I thank y'all. So I'm gonna wrap up with a minute to be, and this is for you
Before
guys.
you do that, can I just say
yeah,
one
go
thing?
ahead. Mhm.
Before you do that, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
What you said about how it's like, is it, I can't even talk. I'm all like, I'm getting my words tied up. When you said Rock would check on you, like, yo, Kev, what's going on, this and that. I got that from you checking up on people because you started asking me and the same thing that probably happened with Rock. You asked me like what's going on, what's this and that, and I'm like, all right, if Kev just texts me, he just texts like 100 other people. Like I know for sure he just texts like 100 other people. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to check on him. I'm about to check on other people.
Y'all do.
And then Rock played a part in it too, because when Rock is like annoyed or something like that, he don't really like he'd be like, yo, it's cool, don't worry about it. But he'll actually talk to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm obviously somebody that can be an outlet when needed. So
You all
I'm about
are.
to.
That's the crazy
exactly,
thing. Y'all
and that's
all are.
exactly, and that's why that's the last thing I was gonna wrap up with.
Yeah.
Once I peeped that I looked at him and you, everybody else. I'm like, hold up, it's not even just me. Like we all like that. Like, so I just wanted to say I really embraced it now.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like
I
a lot now.
appreciate that, man. So my minute to be is simple, and it's not even going to be a minute. Like, so
It's a
for
LL
you guys,
LL Cool J love.
our minute to be today is simple. It's just this: be available, be present, be aware.
Would you say be acceptable?
Oh yeah, be receptive, be acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
In thy sight, O Lord, my strength, my redeemer. You just took me back to. But no,
You lost me.
yeah, you're right. Like, just listen for real. Just be, whatever that means. Be that, do that, think that, feel that. I'm kind of at a loss for words because I like moments like this are very sacred to me, and bank on the fact that by the time we leave here and everybody get to their respective places, everybody getting text messages, right? Because that's just who I am. But I really appreciate the opportunity to be with y'all today. Some of the most important people in my life are y'all. Like, again, I strongly, like, I stand on the fact that if it were not for you, I wouldn't be me. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all more than I could ever tell you. There will be another moment where I can share the spot with all of my guys. And maybe that's we packing up and we going to Arenas, but maybe at Chartel's spot or wherever. We going to figure out a way to, make this thing bigger because I just think moments like this are important. Thank y'all for trusting me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for caring about me. Thank you for just sharing your lives with me. I tell you that all the time. Like, you didn't have to, and I appreciate y'all for trusting me enough to be that person for y'all. And there we go. Episode 6.
And whoever watching,
is a
whoever watching, you gotta let them know. You gotta let
What?
them know. Whoever watching, there ain't nothing wrong with telling your brothers you love them, man.
At all.
It ain't nothing
at
wrong
all.
with
At all.
Tell a brother you love him.
Shout outs to
No matter how much you
Nothing
try.
wrong.
Simone Roberts Resources for this shirt. Shout outs to her. Shout outs to my big sis, my good sis. I'm going to say my good sis in bun voice. To my good sis, EMAC. Yo, check her music out. Available on all streaming platforms. She is like the GOAT at everything that she does. This is her space that we're using. Thank you for the Law Philly events. Get with them. Host all your stuff here because it's just like that. Support black-owned businesses, especially when it's run by a thorough
man.
black queen.
It's
Like,
definitely
get
like
with her. Get with her. No, I love y'all.
It's definitely
I
like
really
that.
appreciate y'all. And that's a wrap, all right? We done. Thanks, y'all.
Right.